Hi guys, Kirsten here, and it is September, which means it is time for the next Trees of Reverie Read-A-Thon, and I am going to be participating in it this month. Woo! Things have been really busy around here, and I have a new schedule. My son just started a new daycare, and things have been really hectic and crazy, and I have not picked up a book to read in over 2 weeks, and I want to cry about it a little bit. So the Trees of Reverie Read-A-Thon official participant list has already been made. It's already up. So if you want to participate in the Read-A-Thon, you can participate on your own, but the actual participant list is closed. I'm sorry, I probably should have made this video a little bit sooner so that you could have gotten in there. I will go ahead and put a link to the Trees of Reverie Read-A-Thon Goodreads group below, so you can join and still participate. You just won't be a part of the official participants list, which means you can't participate in the giveaways. But that's okay, because it's all about reading anyway, so let's just read together. It's kind of cool. Since things have been so busy, I will not be having quite as ambitious of a reading list as I normally do, especially since this is a 2-week read-a-thon and I don't want to run out of steam so early like I have in the past. So I'm just kind of giving myself some breathing room, and I only have a few books on my to be read, and that's okay. And you know, especially this time of year, everyone's going back to school. There's so many of my followers on my Tumblr and people that I follow are going back to college, have university. I am taking classes and I start a new job next month, so things are going to be kind of crazy and I just don't have time to do much. So this is going to be a little bit of a watered down to be read list. I will try to go past what I originally want to read, and there are a couple of books that I don't have physical copies of yet that I'm going to be including in this to be read. But the official start date and dates of the Trees of Reverie Read-A-Thon for the month of September is from Sunday, September 14th to Sunday, September 28th. But it is on Australian time, and I am going to be going by Australian time instead of doing my regular Pacific Standard Time, just because it gives me more of a weekend to read. I will be starting Saturday night when it is Sunday in Australia, because it is the weekend. It's really the only time I really have to read. So if you want to follow any of my updates, pages read, books read, all of my discussions and all of that, I'll go ahead and post a link to my Tumblr below, so you can go ahead and do that. And I will also be posting reviews of each of the books that I read on my review Tumblr, and I'll put that link below as well. So let's get to it. Let's get to my to be read, shall we? The first book, actually first series that I'm going to start with, is The Immoral Rules by Julie Kagawa. I don't know if you can even see it, but it's there. I have heard such good things, and one of the Tumblr users slash booktubers that I follow, the Bookhangover, she loved those books, so I wanted to go ahead and read them. I actually am also going to be reading a book with another one of my Tumblr book bloggers as well. She's not really a book blogger, but we get along really well and I love her to death. And her name is Maureen, and her Tumblr is Twentysomethingvagabond. So I'll go ahead and put her link below as well. We might live blog this, as we live blogged our Queen of the Tierling that we did together. But we will see. It just depends. We both are really busy during the week, so we would have to do it on a weekend. But we are going to be reading The Raven Boys by Megan Stiefvater. I hope I said her name right. I don't know. I have all of her books, but I haven't read any of them yet. So we are going to read that book together. The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey. And it is the second book in the 5th Wave series, and I'm really excited about it because that book, I feel like I read that book forever ago, and I'm just so ready to find out what happens with Cassie and her little brother and all of that. I'm just so excited. And that book comes out on Tuesday. So those 2 books are on my to be read, and I will be reading those right away as soon as I get them on Tuesday. I will not be going to sleep. I will be reading those books. The next book in my to be read for the Trees of Reverie Read-A-Thon is Dragonfly and Amber by Diana Gabaldon. I love the Outlander books. I read them when I was in high school, at least the first 3 books when I was in high school, just because the other books didn't come out until after I graduated high school, and I didn't keep up with them. I didn't even know that she was writing more. I am actually rereading these books. I read Outlander last month. These are beasts. Like, it looks deceptively small because it's a mass market paperback, but these are like 1,000 pages each, and there's just so much going on, and she has so much description. So this I might leave for last just because it's going to take me the longest to get through. The next book I have is Sway by Kat Spears, and this is actually a book that I received on Goodreads First Reads. And this is an advanced reader copy, although the book has officially come out. I believe it was released this week. I started it. I read the first couple of chapters while I was waiting for an appointment. I just haven't gotten back to it yet, so I'm really excited to read this. It's basically like a Cyrano de Bergerac kind of a story, but in YA form. All right, the next book I'm going to be reading is The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. And I hope I'm saying his name right. I have no clue. I'm like horrible with names, so I'm sorry if I'm like mispronouncing everything. I picked this one up just because it comes really highly recommended and it's a nice little short, quick read. So that's basically why I picked this one. The next book I'm going to be reading is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And this one is by Benjamin Allaire Sands. And I hope I'm saying his name right. I feel like that's going to be after every single name I say. I hope I said that name right. But yeah, so I'm really excited about reading this book. It's obvious. It has a ton of awards. Everyone I know that has read it raves about it. And I really want to read this. The next book I have is actually a 2-for-1, and that is The Luxe Beginnings by Jennifer Armentrout. I have not found these books in any bookstore where I live at all, and I was so excited when I went to Hastings and they had this on the new used books rack, but I need to get the other books because I started reading Obsidian a while ago and I loved it. This one includes Obsidian and Onyx, and I'm really excited. I hear so many good things about the Luxe series, and I do love Jennifer Armentrout. I actually really love her new adult books. I think she writes really great adult fiction, so I'm really excited to see what she does with the YA. And the last book I have is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon, and this is not a YA, and it is sci-fi, and I'm really excited about reading it. And I've heard mixed reviews about it, and I'm hoping that I end up loving it. That is my to be read for the September 2014 Trees of Reverie Read-A-Thon, and I really hope I get all of these books finished. If you follow me on Tumblr and you see that I'm posting about other books, you know, I'm kind of just using this as like a loose basis to go off of. This is the pile that's going to be sitting next to my bed, but if I see something on my shelf that I want to read more, I might pick that up instead. Who knows? I do know that I am going to finish Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe because it is also part of the Booktown book club this month, and I'll go ahead and put a link below to that as well. All right, you guys, I hope you all have a good week. Enjoy this nice fall weather that we're having. I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but the high is only going to be 66 today, and I got to wear a scarf and I got to put a little jacket on my son today before we went outside, and it was great. But everyone have a great week, and I will be posting more updates hopefully this weekend. So I will see you guys next time.